Hi, I'm Chloe. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for popping by. I make a lot of vlogs. I also make videos on intentional living, the law of attraction, and just tips on how to live your best life, kind of have happy, healthy life, positivity, and making the most of the day to day. So today I want to talk about habits. Habits are something which are very important for how your life plans out. Your habits really build momentum and have an impact on how you're feeling and how successful you are, whatever your definition of success is. Your habits play into what you achieve and just what your day-to-day life looks like. Now, the thing about habits, which I think is really important, that habits can often make a goal easier to reach. If you're in the habit of doing something every day or on a weekly basis, you get closer to your goal without even feeling like you've put in the work. If it's a habit, you don't have to think about it, you just do it. Those things really make a difference, and habits build upon themselves as well. The more you do something, the more natural it feels, the more comfortable with it, the more you enjoy it. I wanted to talk about habits today because I think they're very important. But to keep it real, while I think habits are very important, I have been a bit shit. I've been a bit shit with my habits lately. I let quite a few of them drop. So for example, at the start of the year, I was meditating really regularly. I was meditating every day. I use the Calm app to meditate, but I do have a blog post on meditation apps. That's just the one I'm using at the moment. If you want to read that, the link is in the bio. Not the bio, in the description box. I meditated for 97 days in a row, and then something happened which meant I dropped the meditation. And things do happen, like it's life. Sometimes things get in the way. Sometimes there is something more important than getting in that 10 minutes of meditation, and I dropped it. But this was months ago. I think this was back in March, and I've only just picked it back up. I think I'm on day 9 now. I could have picked it up much sooner. Also, things like what you eat and how much you exercise all really depends on habits. Healthy eating becomes a lot easier when it's just a habit that you have fruit as a snack rather than a chocolate bar, you know? So yeah, habits. I've been making a conscious effort to get back on my habits. So I'll talk about what kind of habits I've been focusing on at the moment and why. And then I'm going to talk about how you can form new habits and why you should. Grab my notes. Okay, so I've already mentioned one of the habits I'm forming is daily meditation. I use an app because it helps me, it makes it easier. It just takes something away from me to do. It's guided, it makes it more simple. Also, the app does track how many days I've done, so I can see if I've dropped it at all. I'm forming that habit because it makes me feel calm. It really affects my mood. At first, when I started meditating, I found it difficult and I used to dread it. Now I look forward to it each day, so it's a habit I definitely am forming, and I can see the impact it's having. People also notice when I meditate. I've noticed people comment on kind of how calm my energy is. My boyfriend Pietro has said to me before that I seem a lot happier when I'm meditating on a regular basis as well. So that is one of my habits. Another habit I am trying to get back into is exercise. Exercise is definitely one of those habits which I've picked up before, gone very intense with, and then dropped and completely forgotten about and repeated the pattern. But I'm hoping to kind of break that cycle, and rather than going super intense with it, I'm hoping to build up the habit so that I can stick with it long term. So maybe not doing intense personal training sessions which are expensive, so hard to maintain long time, and also they take up a lot of your time. Instead, I'm trying to do shorter but more regular exercise sessions, and I'm doing YouTube videos because it's easily accessible. But yeah, I've not been feeling my most fit, my most healthy, my most strong, so I definitely want to feel that way. And when you think about your habits, what habits you're trying to build, think about how you want to feel and how those habits will make you feel. If they're not going to make you feel how you would like to feel, then why are you doing them? I think that's a really important point which I will touch on more. Another habit is just putting time in after my day job to work towards my goals. I have a few goals. I want to do some life coaching, so I'm doing a course for that. I would like to grow this YouTube channel. I would like to grow my Instagram. And if I don't work on these things, they won't move forward. So I am trying to get into the habit of each day just putting in a little bit of work. Even if it's just something small, but just like turning up and filming this video today. But I want to be in the habit of, when I finish work, not sitting straight on the sofa and lazing about, but actually thinking about my goal and what I want to do. Another habit I am getting into is journaling. So I do 2 different forms of journaling. I write a line a day journal, and I have done it every day this year so far, which is quite a lot of days. So I mean, it's one of those 5-year line a day journals, and this is the first year that I haven't missed a day so far. And some of them I did go back a few days later and fill them in, but now I'm pretty used to writing it each evening, and I don't know what I'm thinking about it now. I'd say the habit is fully formed. So I kind of do short-term journaling, and that's for the sake of memories, really. I really enjoy looking back over my 5-year journal. You can see all the days on one page, and it makes you realise how far you've come and how much things have changed, and look back at happy moments. I also want to do some more long form journaling, some kind of journaling, and also working with journaling prompts. I've been doing quite a bit of journaling lately. I've been doing a course called 6 Months to Your Higher Self with the Manifestation Collective, which I'll link below. But I have found the long form journaling has been really helpful for helping me figure out what I'm working towards, what I want, the life I kind of want to live, and what I want from my life. It really makes you look inward and think about what you actually want, not what you think you should want. And then some other habits, I won't talk about these ones too much because this video may go on forever, but some other habits are cooking. I'm trying to cook healthier meals, eat more veg, and I'm trying to make it fun. So me and my boyfriend are trying a new recipe every week and trying to make it quite a healthy recipe as well. And then also spending time in nature. I've spoken about this before, but spending time in nature makes me feel very calm and peaceful, and that's a nice way to feel. So those are the habits I'm trying to form. Now let's talk about your habits and how I'm forming these habits. Whilst thinking about what habits you want to form, think about why. If you want to form it because it sounds good to tell other people, that's maybe not the best reason, and you're probably not going to stick to it. Whereas if you're going to see long-term results, if you're going to see a change in your life, that's definitely going to make a difference. If it's going to push you in the direction you want to go in, that's going to make a difference. If it's going to lead you to daily pockets of happiness, that's going to make a difference. Don't just form a habit because you think you should, or because, I don't know, somebody really cool on Instagram said they meditate every day, but actually you can't stand sitting still for 10 minutes. It doesn't make you feel peaceful. Instead, it makes you feel angry or frustrated that you're just sat there. Then it's probably not worth your time. It's probably not something which works for you. Think about yourself, not other people. What is your personality and what works for you? Don't build a habit for the sake of it or because you think you should. Actually really, and journaling might be a good thing to figure this out, but really get down to why you want to do it. And I think that will be really helpful. So what am I doing to form these habits? Firstly, I am doing a lot of habit stacking. Now this is something which is spoken about in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, which is a great book. I would recommend it. I read it and found it really helpful. So habit stacking is the idea that we already have habits in our life and we can build upon those habits. So, for example, each day I get out of bed, that's a habit. I brush my teeth, that's a habit. I wash my face, do my skincare, and then I'd normally make my bed. But now I go downstairs, I get some water, have a little sip, and then I do my meditation. And then I go and make my bed. So it's in between the habits I already have. So it works into my routine. It becomes a part of what I already know. I'm not sticking it anywhere. I keep to the same routine each day. I do it at the same time each day. So my body just knows it's next. It just makes it a lot easier. And obviously the first few times you do something, it does feel out of place. But the more you repeat it, the more natural it feels. So I don't really think about it now. It's just what I do in the morning. And then going on from me saying it's what I do in the morning, also think about your language which you use that surrounds the habits. So for example, if you want to manifest something, you don't speak about it as if you want it, you speak about it as if you have it. It's a similar type thing. Don't say, I want to be that person who meditates every day. If you're trying to form the habit, you're spending time doing that thing, therefore you do that thing, you know? So I meditate every day. That's that. I eat healthy. Just because you're trying to do something, it doesn't mean when you do it, it's less real. So yeah, use language which says that you already do it, because you do. And make it a part of who you are as a person. Something which I think is a good example, although it's not something I've done intentionally, but my relationship with alcohol has really changed over the years. I used to go out a lot and drink a lot. Now I rarely drink, and I noticed that when people speak about me, like my family in particular, Chloe doesn't really drink. And I don't really drink, but it's become part of me. And now if I drink, it's like, oh, Chloe doesn't often drink. Chloe's drinking. Like, it becomes a big deal. So make it a part of who you are, and then that will change, and then it will make it a big deal when you don't do the habit rather than when you do. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if it did. So make sure you make time for the habit. You cannot fit a million habits in your day. You do need to prioritise. You don't have all the time in the world to have 29 million habits. You've got to go to work, you've got other stuff to do, you've got friends to see. So just make it something which fits into your day. Short and sweet works a lot of the time. And know when you're going to do it. And just letting people know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing this, so I'll be there 10 minutes later. And on to that, let people know. So have people hold you accountable. Let people know what you're doing, and then people will support that, even if they don't agree with it, even if they don't do it themselves. And sometimes even you don't need them to say you have to do it, but knowing that you've told them, the fear that they might ask you, oh, did you do your workout you said you're going to do? And then you feel like, oh, you've let yourself down if you haven't done it, and you know that. But if you've got to go to somebody else with that evidence as well, it doesn't feel good. So if you let people know, you're more likely to do it. You want to hold your word. Also talk about things online. If you share things online as well, something I do with my meditation is at the end it shares a little quote, and I share it in my Instagram stories every day. I know nobody else cares if that quote's there or not, but I know that if I don't share it, everyone on Instagram knows I broke my habit, and they definitely don't mind. But I don't want to let myself down, you know. And knowing people are watching makes it a lot harder to let yourself down. Don't self-sabotage. Make it hard for you to self-sabotage. You need to make your habits really easy and really doable. For example, on the days I'm working out, I get out my workout clothes the night before, so they're there, because that's one less thing I have to do to do the workout. Heck, sometimes I work out in my pyjamas because I can't be bothered to get changed. You know, just make it as easy as possible. Take out some of the steps if you need to take out some of the steps. As long as you're doing the work, it still counts. Nobody cares if I work out in my loungewear, but I feel the difference if I work out, you know. Also, another thing is to make your habits fun. So with my workouts, I've had a personal trainer before, which I really liked. I liked that for the accountability and being pushed. I've gone through phases of going running a lot before. Again, I enjoyed that, but weather, especially living in the UK, would put me off a lot. And I've now started doing dance workouts on YouTube because it's fun. It's fun to dance around, you know? It just makes things feel more silly. It makes it enjoyable. Obviously, different people enjoy different things suit different people. So as long as you're going to reach the goal, it doesn't really matter what habit you choose to go with. So for example, exercise could be anything. And if you try doing a dance workout on YouTube and feel so stupid that you don't want to ever do it again and find it really cringe, then go for a run instead. That might be more suited to you. Find what suits you that's going to help you reach your goal. Don't try and force something to work for you which doesn't. Don't create habits that you dread, create habits that you look forward to. And then research it and get excited about it and learn more. With my new habit of cooking, I'm really enjoying looking up recipes. I'm enjoying the prep. I'm enjoying knowing that I'm learning. Dive right in, even if you don't have time to spend loads of time on the actual habit, it needs to be a quick thing. You can still dive right in when you've got a bit of time scrolling on your phone, watch a few YouTube videos on, I don't know, how to do this, you know? And lastly, just think about the person you want to be and what she would do every day. Think about the highest version of yourself sorry, I didn't mean to say she. Think about the person you want to be and what they would do every day. Think about the highest version of yourself, the person that you dream of being, because we all have one of those in our heads. We all have this idea of this perfect person that we could one day be. And just make small steps towards being that person. Show up for yourself, for who you want to be. Hold yourself accountable. If you're ever like, oh, I didn't fancy doing that, just question, would the highest version of myself do it? And they probably would. And you're already that person whether you know it or not, so you should show up too. And I think that is it. Remember, there's no point forming habits which aren't going to make things better, easier, happier, or healthier, or more fun for you. Don't form habits that you dread. Form habits that make your life happier. I hope that was helpful. I will definitely be keeping you updated with how I get on with my habits, whether in my vlogs or on my Instagram, which is at Chloe Harriet. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much, that would be much appreciated. In the comments, let me know what habits you're trying to form as well. I hope you found that useful. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sending you good vibes. Bye.